Hey everyone! Welcome back to Plant Nest. Today, I'm super excited to share with you my top 10 low-light plants that are perfect for bringing some greenery into your indoor spaces, even if you don't have a lot of natural light. I've been growing indoor plants for 9 years in northern Germany, where the sun shines an average of 1,544 hours per year. In contrast, in the native habitat of my plants, such as Thailand, there are 2,600 hours of sunlight. This means that my plants receive 1,000 hours less sunlight per year. In my understanding, low light refers to when plants are placed on a table 1 to 2 meters away from a square window about 31.5 inches in size, or suspended from the ceiling so that the light from the window illuminates all parts of the plant, including the pot. This typically provides low but acceptable lighting for many plants. With this placement, plants can receive enough light to survive, although their growth may be slow. If your windows are smaller than 31.5 inches, you lower the blinds at night and raise them by noon, and the plants are positioned farther than 3 meters from the window, then the plants on my list may survive, but they will likely become stretched and less compact, compared to their natural state. And remember, plants for windowless bathrooms or corridors simply do not exist, it's true. I would start off our plant tour with one of my personal favorites, the Episcia. A common folk name for the Episcia plant is flame violet. Another one is chocolate soldier, which refers to certain varieties with foliage resembling the color of chocolate. In my collection, I have 10 different varieties of Episcias. The easiest and most willingly flowering ones are the red flowering varieties like kiwi, Ina, harlequin. These vibrant beauties bring a burst of color to your indoor garden. Despite being creeping plants, I grow them as hanging plants. They quickly grow in length, trailing down from small pots. The only downside is that they are sensitive to cooler temperatures during the winter and need rejuvenation every 2 years. Moving on to another stunning plant, we have the Parlor palm. This miniature palm adds a touch of tropical vibes to your indoor oasis. I acquired it as a Chamaedorea elegans variegata sapling. I've come across information that the variegation of this palm only manifests in its youth, fading away as the plant matures. And indeed, that's what happened with my Chamaedorea. It bloomed in winter, and in spring, it sprouted a new large leaf. It's a peculiar palm for me, absolutely disliking direct sunlight, like a vampire. Next up, we have the Chinese evergreen, also known as Aglaonema. With its stunning foliage and ability to thrive in low light, this plant is a must-have for any indoor garden. I must admit, it is a very slow grower, but the positive side is that you don't need to replant it as often as other faster-growing plants. The leaves can stay on the plant for years, so it's important to regularly offer warm showers to Aglaonema to keep them clean. I didn't realize that varieties with green coloration are more tolerant to low light while growing Aglaonemas. To prevent them from losing their color and becoming leggy, I provide supplemental lighting during winter. The purpose isn't to make the light brighter, but to maintain a consistent duration of daylight of about 12 hours. Although they are low-light plants and don't thrive in bright, direct sunlight, it's advisable to provide additional light during the dark evenings of winter. Now, let's talk about Dracaena. The tops of my Dracaena marginata have curved due to low ceilings, and I'm going to trim them. Spring is the perfect time for shaping pruning. Soon, replacement shoots will appear near the pruning sites, and my Dracaena is going to make a statement in my attic space. While Dracaena marginata is often recommended for indoor use, other Dracaena species such as Dracaena fragrans, corn plant, and Dracaena daramensis, Janet Craig, are also popular choices for indoor cultivation due to their adaptability and aesthetic appeal. Ultimately, the best Dracaena for your indoor space depends on factors such as lighting conditions, space availability, and personal preference. Now, let's talk about the Pilea Moon Valley and Peperomia, which are frequently regarded as low-light plants because of their capacity to withstand and even flourish in environments with limited exposure to sunlight. The Pilea's captivating trailing foliage showcases distinctive moon-shaped leaves, hence earning the moniker Moon Valley. This plant typically can be positioned in areas with full shade. I've been cultivating this plant from a single cutting for many years. I regularly remove the simple flowers to prioritize foliage growth. I decided to part ways with my collection of peperomias, although I love them dearly. I kept only one peperomia plant, the peperomioids variety. To maintain the decorative and compact nature of foliage peperomias and prevent them from sprawling after flowering, they require rejuvenation every spring. This involves either growing new plants from leaves or separating offsets. They thrive in high humidity environments akin to mini greenhouses and require warmth. Thus, caring for a collection of peperomias demands more time and effort than I initially thought. The fern, a classic favorite for shady spots. With its delicate fronds and love for low light, this plant brings a touch of nature indoors. Just be sure to keep its soil moist, and it'll thrive in your home. I keep them 2 to 3 meters away from windows and water them almost every day. Look at these guys, Asplenium parvati and K. enzoi remind me of plastic fake plants. The pothos, also known as Epipremnum. This trailing beauty can brighten up any space with its cascading vines. I noticed that these plants develop especially well when directed upwards, not hanging down. I didn't regret wallpapering and letting pothos climb up the wall. I also enjoyed growing Epipremnum joy on a homemade support made from 2 branches and ropes. Although that wall is now occupied by my armchair and adorned with other plants, I still grow Epipremnum joy, but not on the same scale anymore. Next on our list is the Philodendron. I have 9 philodendrons in my collection, and all of them slow down their growth in winter. While they can stand in the depth of the room during summer, in winter they need to be placed close to the window glass. Maybe that's why I don't have huge philodendron specimens. My windows are filled with succulents, orchids, and hoyas. They require more bright light for blooming. Philodendrons of bushy growth habits don't need support and thrive in low light, making them super easy to care for and perfect for beginners. Begonia candy stripes and Begonia black mamba are 2 specific cultivars of begonias that can thrive in low light conditions, placed on a table 2 meters away from the window. While they may not produce showy flowers, their beautiful foliage adds interest to indoor spaces all year round. The colorful patterns on the leaves of Begonia candy stripes add a cheerful and eye-catching touch to any indoor garden. Meanwhile, Begonia black mamba is prized for its dark, almost black foliage, which creates a dramatic contrast in indoor settings. Last but not least, we have the snake plant, also known as Sansevieria trifasciata. Today, she's more beautiful than ever, blooming and fragrant. Just look at what this plant can do on a north-facing window, without a single ray of sunshine. This beauty is incredibly resilient and can survive in low-light conditions with ease. Plus, its striking upright leaves make it a stylish addition to any room. I'm planning to repot her into a larger pot and place her on the floor. And in her place, I have several other varieties of Sansevierias growing. And there you have it, folks. 10 amazing low-light plants to bring some green goodness into your indoor spaces. Which one is your favorite? Let me know in the comments below. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more plant-filled content. Until next time, happy gardening!